As an Australian, it's been really interesting to think about how often I've been asked about those beautiful Qantas planes that have been decorated in Indigenous art. And I'm actually really fortunate to be able to tell people I know who's responsible. John and Ros Moriarty run a company called Ballaringi. They've done so many other things as well. But lesser known in some circles is that John Moriarty is a legend of Australian football. He was the first ever Indigenous man selected to play for Australia for the men's team, the Socceroos. Unfortunately for John, the team was on their way to play an international tournament in Hong Kong when they found out that Australia had been suspended from FIFA for poaching players from overseas. That was the end of his footballing career, but it started a beautiful artistic career. One of the other things John Moriarty and his wife Ros do is they run John Moriarty Football. They provide coaching, camps, clinics, mentorship for many, in fact thousands of Indigenous youth in rural and remote communities around Australia. One of the highlights of the year is the John Moriarty Cup, where corporations and businesses pay $9,000 each to submit a team. The teams are 50-50 male and female to compete for that cup, with all of the money going to Moriarty Football and the camps that they run, the clinics that they host around Australia. Now, I'll have a chat with John Moriarty in just a moment, which you'll be able to hear, but I also wanted to introduce you to one of the coaches and mentors, one of the many fabulous people who do incredible work in these coaching clinics for Moriarty Football. This is a young man, himself still so young and all his future ahead of him, but he's guiding young kids at the moment. His name is Brendan Fuller. So I'm sitting here with someone who's like-minded, a radio man through and through, a football man through and through. Brendan, tell me about what you're doing here today.
I am currently a community coach with the John Moriarty Football Foundation, and we are playing some football.
You are playing some soccer. I've seen you goal after goal after goal.
Not really, no. I'm chasing the ball around, I just can't seem to get it.
So tell me about the work you do in the community and why it's important, especially being a coach, but also being a radio man and the role modelling that you are giving young Indigenous people that are looking up to you.
So it's being a community coach in Dubbo, it's a job that many are seeking for because it helps young Indigenous kids. Me being a young Indigenous kid growing up, it was really tough for me. I never had much growing up. I never had as many opportunities as kids do now. But I'm glad to be a coach because I can open up opportunities that I never had. And it changes people's perspectives on young Indigenous people and what they're like. It's a sort of a safe zone, so we keep them healthy, we keep them open-minded. And same goes for the radio station. So the radio station helps me spread awareness on my culture and what we do. It also helps me push my goals and push my say forward. So not many people have the opportunity to have their say out in the world and have their message be spoken. And the radio station really helps me speak what I want to say.
Yeah.
And my message is big on racism, and my biggest aim is to stop it. So I'm sort of pushing for a world where equality is achieved and a world where everyone feels safe. So we shouldn't have to walk out of our homes every single day and have to deal with everyday traumas, have to deal with being scared of being called a monkey. But the same goes for the opposite colour, the people of the opposite race. I feel as if racism nowadays is being misinterpreted a lot. So a lot of people see racism as a one-way thing, or he called me a monkey, like just really bad words that be said to one another. But I feel like racism is coming from Indigenous people as well. So I'm trying to put the message out that it just needs to stop from both sides.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a two-way street, and it comes back to understanding, doesn't it? Like, how important is it to build those bridges? Do you think that most of it comes from misunderstanding, of not really knowing each other?
Yeah.
And the histories and the traditions, and I mean, in the end we're all the same, aren't we? We just want what's best for each other.
Yeah, in the end I see a person as a person. I don't see colour. I see in black and white. I don't see in black and white, sorry. I said that the wrong way around. I don't see in black and white. I see in grey. So I feel everyone deserves to be treated equally. Everyone deserves to be treated right. And everyone deserves to have their own life and lead have their own goals, strive for their goals, to be able to go after the stuff that they want to achieve without having that holding them down.
Yeah.
And everyone has different problems in their life. Everyone has different different challenges. So I feel like we need to be more aware of that.
Yeah.
And we sort of need to help push one another up instead of pulling one another down. So.
How long do you think it's going to be before we see a range of superstars from the Indigenous community playing in the Matildas and the Socceroos teams?
Mate, not long. With the program we got some really, really good young kids, and it's the type of kids that come in and put 101% and nothing less than 101%. These kids are the reason. Me being a kid coming through the program, that's why I became a coach. I wanted to push and give 101%, but instead of pushing all the way through the program, I wanted to be a coach. To help other kids push, because I want to help people who came from my background, who've been through the same struggles as me, maybe even worse, maybe less, who knows. Struggles are struggles. I see them all the same these days, but it's like, it's so good.
How old are you now?
I'm 17.
Oh my God, here I'm talking to a 45-year-old man with all your experience and wisdom.
I'm a bit young.
And so, like, if you had somebody like you when you were 3, 4, 5, would it have made a big difference?
To be honest, no, because I had my family really pushed me up. My auntie, Tiffany Stanley, is currently one of the coaching mentors at John Moriarty Football Foundation in Dubbo. She was the head coach for a bit, but then she had her little baby, Delaney. She's so cute. I love her, but she was my me growing up. She definitely was. You know, she just pushes me every single day of the week, and I love it.
And you know what I love about that? It doesn't have to be male for male and female for female. Yeah. It can be. You can see mentorship and guidance and examples in anybody, can't you?
My auntie's probably the strongest man in my family, respectfully. she's the best. I love her. She's like my shield.
Yeah.
So.
And where do you see yourself going? What's your future?
My future is helping young kids. That's my future. I don't want to leave here. I want to stay here and make my message. If I can get my message across the world, I'd do it right from home. Yeah. If I could. Yeah. That's my aim.
Well, I reckon you can. I reckon you're doing it.
100%. Stay where I love.
Yeah. Thanks, Brendan.
Thank you very much.
Well, you can't be at John Moriarty Football and Indigenous Football Week without actually chatting to John Moriarty.
Hello. Really enjoying the game here with who.
More than a game, like there's 100 games. It's really fantastic, the support of Corporate Australia in this. But how does it make you feel, John, after a lifetime really committed to football, to seeing something like this come off and the support that you get and the belief that people have in you and what you do in Indigenous communities?
It's been fantastic for me and for Roz and our team. It's been good for the Borroloola mob too, because they've been a part of it. Giving the opportunity for people to enjoy the game like this, and it's not only just our Aboriginal team here, or Aboriginal girls and boys, but whole soccer fraternity, which is great.
When you look at the talent that's out there, what is your hope?
There are a few that are have lovely touches, and you can see they've got a future ahead of them. Especially a couple of the young people I was looking at. And when you see some of the older people, they're loving it too. But, their soccer days are limited. But the young ones that are playing now, you can see those that are really committed and loving the game. Great skills.
And just tell me a little bit about the program, what it does in remote communities.
It does phenomenal amount of good for our people in Borroloola and the Dubbo region, and of course the Coranda region as well in Queensland. And when you look at players that are here, it gives me a great opportunity to say, yes, our team is doing exceptionally well, and it's creating a lot of opportunities for the younger people, and of course our team to just be inspired by it and to commit further to developing the program.
And what does football mean to you?
It's a huge, it's for me, it gave me a great opportunity, and it's giving a lot of our kids opportunity, and not only just for the game but also to foster their educational programs and to commit and move forward, and also to get good employment.
Yeah.
So that's phenomenal.
Well, great to see you here, and great to see how much support there is from corporate Australia. Long may it continue.
Thank you very much. Yes, I hope so, yes. And we're very happy with the support we've got to putting this event on.